Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Vivian here, and I'm back with another video. Oh my goodness. Oh, excuse me. Now, in this video, I'll be discussing CPN trade lines, the different types of trade lines, and which trade lines might help you when it comes to your CPN or your personal credit. Now, this is going to be a two-in-one video as I'll be discussing stimulus checks on the other part of the video as it was highly requested by a viewer. Shout out to Jay again, you know what I'm saying? Jay be going crazy with the requests, you feel me? But if you have any video requests, be sure to DM me on Telegram what you want to see. Just make sure it's actually a video where there's a request, worth making a video on and not just something you can search up and get the answer to in 5 seconds. Now, before we get into this video, if you need anything with your personal credit, like the credit repair, credit sweep, AU trade lines, primaries, backdated primaries, even CPNs, pre-made or custom made, which with whatever score you desire, you can DM me on Telegram. I'm gonna put it in the link in the description. Also, yo, the CPN playbook's been going crazy, yo. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of y'all been texting me on Telegram telling me how I changed y'all lives with this playbook in a positive way. So I'm really grateful I've been able to change y'all lives with this playbook. A lot of you guys bought the playbook and are now applying it to y'all daily lives, and y'all are seeing improvements almost instantly, which is just fucking crazy. It's crazy how I was able to, help you guys elevate y'all lives and personal credits the way I do. So if y'all are interested in the playbook, you could DM me on Telegram. I have that. It's live. Be sure to get it. Now, let's get into this video. So what are trade lines? All trade lines are is an account that reports to your credit file. Now, there's two types of trade lines. There's a regular trade line and there's revolving trade lines. So this trade line that you're seeing right here is a revolving trade line. But if we scroll down, right, and we go over here, this is a regular trade line. So a regular trade line is like an installment loan. You feel what I'm saying? So it'd be like an auto loan, a student loan, personal loan. It doesn't matter. So the key difference between a regular trade line and a revolving trade line is a revolving trade line shows how you manage ongoing debt. And that is actually most powerful when it comes to boosting your credit score. So regular trade line like this personal loan, that's good if you want to build age on your CPN. It's not really going to boost your score as much as the revolving trade line would. With the revolving trade line, that's good for, funding. So if you want higher funding limits on your credit cards or your loans, you would get a revolving trade line. You feel what I'm saying? Now, when it comes to regular trade lines, it doesn't show how you manage ongoing debt. That's why they're not like it's not going to boost your score as much as, a revolving trade line. So, in summary, when it comes to these trade lines, a revolving trade line is just a credit card account that pops onto your score and manages your ongoing debts and stuff like that, manage how you pay them off. When a regular trade line is a fixed payment, it's a fixed monthly payment that you have to pay on time. So let's say you get this 20K, right? You get a 20K loan. That's a regular trade line. They would make you fucking pay like 1,200 a month, right? You would have to pay this 1,200 monthly until you pay the whole 20K off. Now, with the revolving trade line, it's a credit card account. So you could run up the credit card, you can max it out. You just have to pay 10% of that once once it's time, once the month is ended. But you pay that 10% if you go over like a certain limit or certain amount of utilization. So let's say, right, you have a 50K card, right? And you spend 5K on the card. You're not gonna like pay the 5K. You're only gonna pay the 500. You're gonna have to pay 10% of that 5K of what you spent on the card. That's the difference between it. So my trade lines, this is a 20K trade line, regular trade line, but usually I make my trade lines over 100K plus because I'm a data furnisher and I could just create trade lines out my ass. But I would usually create them over 100K. So when I add them onto my credit profiles, it would actually boost my score significantly, opposed to me just adding one trade line, regular trade line with like 20K on it. And it boosted my score, but not giving me my desired score, the score that I dreamed about getting. You feel what I'm saying? Now, as person that carries this sauce, it's only right that I teach you guys this. And I will make a part two to this where I will be discussing primaries, as I don't want to make this video too long since it's a two-in-one video. So I won't discuss primaries in this. But if you want to see a part two of this video, let me know. And yeah, I'll make a part two where I discuss different types of primaries. So, all right. In summary, a regular trait line is just a trait line that adds seasoning. It looks really good on the file. It just doesn't give you the same amount of funding opportunities as a revolving trait line. When the revolving trait line is that unlocks the funding. So, depending on how your personal credit or CPN is looking, I recommend that you get either one of these. So, I'll recommend that you actually get both. You get a revolving line and a regular line to increase age and funding. But you could do whichever one that you please, you know what I'm saying? If you would only want a regular trade line, just get a regular trade line. If you want a revolving trade line, just get a revolving trade line. It's all up to you at the end of the day. But if you have a struggling CPN, like your CPN is in the like 500s, low 600s, you need to get a revolving trade line first before anything, because that's gonna boost your score to around the 680, 700s, you know what I'm saying? So get that first if you're struggling and you're trying to get your credit out the mud. But if your credit's already good looking, if it's above a 650, 650 score plus is what you need to get on like apartments and stuff. So if it's above a 650, you could get a regular trade line on your shit, because I'll already assume that you have a revolving trade line. And you don't want too many revolving trade lines on your account because it's gonna make your account look bad. Anyways, that's what I have for the trade lines section of this video. Now we're going to get onto the stimulus section. You feel me? So stimulus check is a type of check that you could, if you feel me, drop on accounts. You could mobile deposit that bitch, or you could walk it with BOA, Bank of America. You gotta walk it. You can't MD stems as the account is going to clip. Discover, you can mobile deposit these stimmies. But I have this stimulus check, this template in my Telegram server. I dropped it the other day. So if you want to download this for the free, you could go get right in my Telegram channel and download this for educational purposes only. You feel what I'm saying? Sandy also goes with stems. You feel what I'm saying? Now, you need a check printer in order to print these stems out. Don't think that you're going to just print these out on a regular printer. So you need a check printer with MICR ink, and you need A4 security paper, because that's like check paper. You feel what I'm saying? So that's a quick overview on stems. I don't want to really get into too much detail on like the numbers and stuff like that, like 4080, those type of numbers. You feel what I'm saying? I don't want to get too much into detail because YouTube might take my shit down. But that's all I got for this video today. If y'all found this video helpful, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the family. We growing every single day. You know what I'm saying? We can't be stopped. The only way you could stop me is if you kill us. You feel what I'm saying? But if you need anything with your personal credit, I have everything that you need. Just hit me up on Telegram and I'm gonna go get you right. You know what I'm saying? And be sure to get the CPM playbook if you want to change your life and elevate your credit and get your desired credit score. But that's all I got for this video. I'm gonna see y'all in the part two of this, and I'm out.